She asked me not to ask where she'd been, and that silence told me everything.
She came home at 4:07. I remember the time because I'd been staring at the clock for hours. Not exactly waiting, but trapped in that half-awake state where your mind refuses to rest. The door opened softly, carefully, the way someone enters when they don't want to explain anything. She slipped off her shoes by the entrance and just stood there for a second, breathing as if rehearsing silence. I didn't ask where she'd been. She noticed that immediately. Her shoulders relaxed just a little. She walked past the living room without meeting my eyes and paused at the hallway. "Don't ask," she whispered. It wasn't unkind or defensive, just final. I nodded. That was enough for her. She went to bed without another word. In the morning, she acted normal. Too normal. Coffee was made, her hair tied back. Scrolling through her phone while talking about errands and plans. The night before was sealed shut, tucked away like something that didn't exist unless you disturbed it. I let it stay that way. Not because I trusted her completely, but because I wanted to see what silence would do. Sometimes people reveal more when you don't chase the truth. Days passed, then weeks. She became lighter, distracted, smiling at her phone the way people do when something new still feels secret and exciting. She didn't hide it aggressively. She hid it lazily, confident that I wouldn't look too closely, and she was right, I didn't look. Instead, I listened. I noticed patterns. Late nights that came with rehearsed excuses. Showers taken immediately after coming home. Clothes washed separately. Small changes that meant nothing on their own, but everything together. She started saying things like, "We've both changed," and "life is short" in casual conversations. As if planting ideas she might need later, I stayed quiet. One night she noticed the shift in me. "You're being calm," she said, studying me over dinner. "Too calm." I smiled and told her I was just tired. That answer satisfied her more than the truth ever could have. What she didn't know was that silence had given me space to think clearly, to remember who I was before I bent myself into comfort for someone else, to recognize how long I'd been negotiating my own dignity for a little bit of peace. The truth came to me without effort. A name from her past surfaced in conversation one afternoon. Someone she dismissed too quickly, with too much care. That's when I started paying attention again, not to her phone, but to the way she spoke when she thought she was controlling the story. It didn't take long after that. I didn't confront her when I found confirmation. I didn't screenshot messages or gather proof for some dramatic reveal. I didn't need to, just knowing was enough. The night she finally noticed something was wrong for real was months later. She came home early, excited, talking fast, ready to share something important. I was sitting at the table, documents neatly stacked, calm in a way she had never seen before. She stopped mid-sentence. "What's going on?" she asked. I looked up and told her I had made a decision. Her smile faded. Confusion replaced it, then a flicker of fear. I told her I wasn't angry, that I wasn't even hurt in the way she expected. I told her the night she came home at 4 a.m. and asked me not to ask had been the moment something changed permanently. She tried to interrupt. I held up my hand. "I didn't ask," I said, "but I listened." Her face tightened. I explained that I had watched her choose herself in small, consistent ways while assuming I would remain exactly where she left me. I told her I had given her the space she wanted, and I had used it to step back into my own life. She asked if I was accusing her of something. I told her no. "I'm acknowledging reality," I said. "There's a difference." She cried then, not loudly, not dramatically. Quiet tears meant to invite comfort. I didn't move. She asked if we could fix things. I asked her what fix meant to her. She didn't have an answer. That was the most honest moment we'd shared in years. The separation wasn't explosive. It was procedural, calm, almost respectful. People were surprised by how smoothly it went. They mistook my silence for weakness, not realizing it had become my resolve. She struggled more than she expected afterward. Not because of the loss, but because independence looks different when it's no longer fueled by secrecy. I rebuilt my life slowly. New routines. New priorities. New friendships that didn't require explanation or compromise. Peace arrived quietly, like something that had been waiting for permission. Months later, I ran into her unexpectedly. She looked tired. Not unhappy, just worn down by choices that didn't deliver what they promised. She asked if I ever regretted not asking that night. I thought about it. No, I said.